I am Janie Bloch. My story is one of how a quilt with cultural symbolism reverberated deep personal meaning and healing during a turning point in my life. This 8-pointed star quilt was a homecoming blessing as Indigenous woman in Canada welcomed me to share this land as my home. The story began in 1996 in South Africa when I had a dream. I was 42 at the time, and it was just after Nelson Mandela was released from prison and the new South Africa came into being. Working in the mental health field as a psychologist and having seen the disastrous results of apartheid, I felt especially happy for my birth country to be recreated as a place of equality. My dream was about a dead lady lying in the water, my old mother country, and I am resuscitating the baby next to her, struggling to survive, the new South Africa. But then the baby turns on me, transforming into a monster that attacked me. The dream urged me to leave South Africa, which I completely defied. I could not even think that way, so I asked for confirmation. That is when I got invited to a cross-cultural conflict resolution gathering. Enthusiastically, I turned up at the weekend gathering to find myself the only white person amongst hundreds of black South Africans. Apparently no other white people responded to the invitation. As I listened to the people's stories of abuse and violence, I took in all the wounds, representing as a person alone the whole white population. The symbology of my dream became a tangible emotional experience where the baby that I helped live attacked me. Then these people made a circle around me and said, "You must leave South Africa. Because you came today, we know that you must leave." Everything happened very fast from then on. It took a serious leap of faith to step into the unknown as a path magical opened for us, and we landed in Canada as immigrants on August the 8th, 1997. The year Halley's Comet shone its bright tail like a pointing finger at Toronto. In 1998, at the Tulip Festival in Ottawa, I went into a teepee where I met an Indigenous woman. She handed me a handful of stones and asked me to tell a story, which I did. She then invited me to a women's gathering on Victoria Island. The theme was "Bring Back the Medicine." This is an aerial photograph of where we camped out in the little island in the middle of the Ottawa River. All the women, mostly Indigenous, pitched tents on the little island for the weekend. Everyone brought their medicine to share. I shared my understanding of archetypal human processes as depicted in the major arcana of the tarot. Fire ceremonies, drumming, and sweat lodge healings were all part of the weekend's practices. At the end of the weekend, gifts were distributed by the pulling of names from a bag. The last gift was a star blanket. The elder and medicine woman Kayandris made it herself. My name was drawn. I was smudged and blessed, while Kayandris told the story of the symbolism of the quilt. The black, red, white, and yellow corners represented the colors of nations of the world who one day will come together. My heart and soul ignited with joy, for the vision that I carry is the same as what I was hearing at that moment. The ceremonial draping of the blanket over me felt like a spiritual homecoming. It was a holy experience in which I received the medicine of comfort, safety, and belonging, my initiation to share this land with Indigenous people and their ancestors. Sometimes we need to be where we are called to be, and not where we think we should be. The medicine blanket adorned my psychology practice for 25 years, where I taught creativity circles and supported the healing of many immigrants and people of all different cultures. When COVID stopped the world for us to reassess our journeys and values, I needed to create full-time and turned my practice space into an art studio. The power of a quilt in its symbolism and comfort given should never be underestimated. The star quilt, the first quilt I ever received in my life, is a constant support and reminder that I am cared for and of who I am and what I stand for. It warms my heart and spirit every day of my life as I keep on creating and inspire others to create. It is the story that creates the power in what we make. That becomes the medicine that gives hope and renewal. As artists, we bring new cosmological awareness into consciousness with our dreams and our art. Dreams of hope are seeds of potential. Let's always work towards that.